Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kenny here. I have another video coming. I was not expecting to make this video, right? I had a completely other video in mind, and then, as you probably have heard in the news, the giant pipe bomb incident happened. So if you haven't heard, a pipe bomb was sent to Obama's house, the Clinton's house, and I believe his name was Nero. I could be wrong about that. It was like a restaurant or something like that. So anyway, this just hit the news, and immediately we realized, wow, the news cares a lot about assassination attempts, as they should, right? But did you know earlier in the month, in October, Ricin was sent to the Pentagon and the White House, and we did not hear very much news about it. I had only read a few articles about it, and I found out when I first heard about it. It was actually maybe a day later or something, and I heard about it on Instagram, and then I did a direct Google search. I found articles about it, but just going through my normal day of news stuff, I never had heard about it. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys hadn't heard about it. Maybe this is the first time hearing about it. But yeah, so Ricin was sent to the White House and the Pentagon, and yeah. So anyway, let's jump into the video. Let's talk about what Ricin is, what the pipe bombs were, and what kind of the whole implication of these events happening are, and what it possibly can mean. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Here is a picture of the pipe bomb that was sent to the Democrats. So as we see, the thing looks like it was made by a 5-year-old. Apparently it was containing shards of glass and stuff like that, so when it exploded it would, cut them and all that kind of stuff. I heard a few conspiracy theories on the whole thing, because they said that it was received, that people had gotten them in the mail already, and that they were shipped out and stuff, but when you ship out a letter, usually your stamps get stamped with that U.S. thing or whatever, that seal, and that way you can't reuse the stamps again. But these stamps haven't been stamped before. But I'm not really into the whole conspiracy theory on the whole thing. I just think that it is a bad idea for them to decide, oh yeah, that's just a great idea to blame the Republicans on all of this, because clearly the Republicans are responsible for this. That is a sham. You don't send a pipe bomb in the mail to try and kill someone, right? It is going to be flagged. People send you, your mail goes through sensors and all this kind of stuff to make sure that something like this can't happen, so you can't just kill somebody through the mail. So this is clearly made to be. You're clearly intended to get caught doing something like this. Compared to, let's say, ricin, right? If you send ricin through the mail, it's a powder, might not be picked up. The reason why the ricin got caught is because there was a leak in the package, and then somebody saw this white stuff, was like, what the heck? This looks like cocaine or something like that. And then they end up doing a whole check on it, and then they put all of the mail rooms on lockdown, start checking for ricin and all this stuff, and then they find the other ricin. And so it was a complete fluke that we found the ricin earlier in the week. Sending a giant metal explosive object through the mail is going to get caught, as it clearly did. And the Democrats are making a huge deal out of this, as if, it's the end of the world or something. But I don't know. Is it just me, or does anybody else feel like this is a little bit sketchy? And the timing for this is kind of too perfect, right? We have the election coming up soon, and then all they're saying is, well, clearly we see the party of violence. Well, let's look at who the party of violence is, right? The party of violence is the ones who are saying, oh, Antifa, they're fine. We love Antifa. They're just fighting against fascist people. Yeah, according to whose standards? Their own standards. They are fascists themselves. Fascism is literally when the government forces people to do things by violence. Antifa is trying to force themselves on people using violence. There is no difference whatsoever. And yet, they give them a pass and then say, well, white supremacists are bad because they're racist. Antifa's fighting racists. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks for clearing it up, CNN, for me. You did a great job there, right? I don't know, guys. But putting all that aside, right? We just need to look at this through the correct lens. I don't think anybody should be pointing any fingers. I know I just pointed fingers at Democrats. No, I'm being a hypocrite. Whatever. My official stance, without any of the gossiping aside, the official way that I think we should look at this, the same way that we should look at the Brett Kavanaugh allegations, the same way that we should look at any sort of accusation or anything. Okay, where is your proof for that? So when you want to say, oh, I think that the Republicans did this, and then I say, oh, well, I think that some Democrat who's trying to corrupt the entire upcoming election is behind it. Yeah, well, we both have no proof. We have this hunch. We can maybe say, like, yeah, well, we can look at what you did before, and then because of what you did before, we can come to this conclusion. No. Nobody did anything until we find out who actually sent the pipe bombs, right? That would make the most amount of sense. For instance, when the Ricin went out, you didn't hear a bunch of people shouting, look, the Democrats tried to assassinate the president, even though I would have been like, oh yeah, that makes sense, but then I would have still questioned, said, I wonder where the proof is for that. It ended up being some ex-military guy, Alan whatever his name is, and he's now in jail. And he definitely he knew he was going to get caught. You can just see by the picture that he had, his, what is that called? You know, that picture that you take when you go to the jail. Oh, whatever. He was smiling in it. It doesn't matter. And immediately when I saw that picture and he was smiling, I was just like, he totally just did that for publicity. This guy is just insane, and, people will do crazy things for that kind of stuff, and I don't see why we should treat this any different, right? I don't know. I just don't see a difference there, personally. But anyway, yeah, so here's clearly the picture of the pipe bomb, and I mean, what else am I going to say? It's a pretty crappy assassination attempt, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. Did you like the video? Did you hate the video? Like it. Leave a comment for me. If you really enjoyed it, I would love for you guys to subscribe. You could always follow my social medias. I'm on Instagram and everywhere, all that good stuff. I'll put it all in the description below. Okay, well, anyway, have a good day, guys. This is Kenny Jazz.